I say a little, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the best answer is no answer, like I always say, so I just say little, but just try to read between the lines, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rich Homie Quan's name has been dragged into a new controversy after his tragic passing. Gunna's been throwing some serious shade, claiming Quan stole his flow. Quan was never a fan of Gunna, but now this beef hit a new level after Rich Homie Quan dropped his posthumous album, and he isn't here to defend himself. On October 4th, Rich Homie Quan's album, Forever Going In, dropped after his tragic passing, and the project was packed with 35 tracks. But what caught everyone's attention was the track One of Quan, where Quan appeared to throw a major jab at Gunna. Even the title of the song is a major shade at Gunna's album, One of Wound. In the track, Quan rapped, "They probably gonna think I took over Gunna flow, but this my cadence and I made it slash. Ngas was stealing the swag. I was just sitting back and I wouldn't even say ish." Quan was directly addressing the ongoing comparisons between his flow and Gunna's. Quan was out here saying that Gunna was biting his style, and he wasn't afraid to call it out, especially now that he had nothing to lose. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. This beef between Gunna and Rich Homie Quan didn't just come out of nowhere. The history goes deep with their ties to Young Thug and the whole YSL crew. Back in the day, Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug were inseparable, dropping hits like Lifestyle under the Rich umbrella. They had the city on lock, but then things fell apart. Egos clashed, money got in the way, and eventually Quan stepped away from the spotlight, leaving Thug to dominate.
We all got our own side. The shit start falling apart. I feel like when we start going on, we start getting booked for shows and you know what I'm saying? So it was like
together.
Yeah, we all started getting booked together, and ego played a big role in it. Certain people, include myself, certain people felt like they should go last, or certain people wanted more money, and one of those. I ain't gonna say too much, but it started falling apart around it.
But when Gunna came into the picture, he was seen as the new protege to replace Quan. Young Thug took Gunna under his wing, and they started dropping hits left and right. Naturally, Quan felt betrayed, and this created tension. Fans started comparing Quan and Gunna, and it became clear that Gunna's flow had a lot of similarities to what Quan was doing before.
And what was it about Gunna that made you want to work with him? And so often too, he's featured on 2 songs on So Much Fun.
That's my brother. Like he signed to me, but it's like it's not even about a signature. This my real brother.
As if the situation with Rich Homie Quan wasn't enough, Future also decided to jump into the mix, sending a clear warning at Gunna on Ferg's new single, Allure. Future's been vocal about Gunna's involvement in the YSL Rico case, specifically calling him a rat for taking a plea deal that many in the streets see as a betrayal to Young Thug. On the track, Future raps, "You took a plea on my slime, won't be surprised you ended up dead." He didn't sugarcoat it either. Future's basically saying Gunna's days are numbered if the streets decide to handle it. The Rico case has been a heavy cloud over Gunna's head since it first went down. His decision to take an offered plea caused a lot of friction, and even though Gunna has tried to clear his name, the damage has already been done. His rep is in the gutter, cause loyalty is a big thing in the streets. His songs are not even charting that way it used to, as most of his audience has boycotted him. Even Kendrick Lamar shaded him on Euphoria, and now Future's out here adding more fuel to the fire. It's like everywhere Gunna turns, somebody's got something to say about him. So when Quan's song got out, people started talking again. Both Quan and Gunna have a melodic, laid-back flow that's become a signature of Atlanta's trap scene. And now that Quan's no longer here to defend his legacy, his posthumous album feels like a final statement. He's not letting anyone take credit for what he built. Considering that Quan is no longer, you would think Gunna would stay out of it out of respect, but that man has been on social media throwing subtle jabs. Gunna posted on his IG writing, "It's not personal, it's just business." But the internet is not here for it. They are going in on Gunna, trying to be the one who stole Quan's entire flow and in fact career. Because if you think about it, had Quan and Thugger not fallen out and Gunna wouldn't have been in the picture, Quan could have more of a global status, just like Thug was able to do for Gunna. One person commented, "Quan started a lot of Atlanta rappers don't give him his flowers for." Another person said, "Gunna took his rhyme scheme. Rich Homie Quan was the first person to flow like this." But I want to know your take on all this. Who do you think has the better style, Rich Homie Quan or Gunna? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more hip-hop drama and updates.